Wouldn't it be great if there was a way in which we could achieve our goals more easily, more quickly and more enjoyably? Well, in fact, there is one little way that we can do that, and I'm going to share it with you today. Hello there, my name is Peter Thomson. I'm the world's most prolific information product creator, and over the last 27 years I've made hundreds of audio programs, hundreds of video programs, books, tips booklets, reports, and of course 903 tgiMonday messages as well. And today I'm going to share with you some of the ideas that I share with the coaches, consultants, speakers and trainers that I've been helping over the last 27 years to build for themselves a business and a life of choice. This is such a simple idea and yet so powerful when we use it, so let's get going. 10 years ago I stopped playing golf. I've been an avid golfer. I was playing 3 times a week. I was playing off a handicap of 11. I hate that word handicap, but nevertheless I had to have an operation on my back, which meant I couldn't play for 6 months. And when I went back 6 months after the operation, I realised I hadn't missed it. Isn't that strange, having been such an avid player, so involved with golf? But anyway, one of the times when I was playing golf, I was chatting to a friend of mine, and I don't know if you know if you do play golf at all, but golfers are allowed to carry 14 clubs in their bag. And I said to him, you know, of those 14 clubs that you've got there, you've got the driver and you've got the 3-wood and your 5-wood and your various other rescue clubs and irons and a putter and chipper and etc, etc. How many of them do you actually use in the course of a normal round? And we were thinking about it and realised for both of us, at the sort of level that we were, that we could probably leave out quite a chunk of those clubs and didn't need to carry them with us. And in fact, very often, some golfers will play with what's called a half set. They will only take 7 clubs. And I've known and played in competitions where you're only allowed to take 3 clubs. And then you have to be really careful which ones you select. So the point of all this is, and it links to another famous personal development story, which I'll do first and then come back to the idea of it, about a traveller who was going along and he was walking into this particular village, and somebody that he was walking past said to him, "Excuse me." He said, "Yeah." He said, "Why are you carrying that big stone in your arms?" And the traveller said, "Oh, actually, I hadn't realised I was carrying it." And he put it down. And of course he stood taller and walked on. A bit further along, he met somebody else who said to him, "Excuse me, I see the way you're walking and you're a bit stooped there. Why are you carrying that big backpack?" And he said, "Actually, I didn't even realise I was carrying. I got so used to it." So he took the backpack off and put it down. Of course, he stood even taller and walked on. And a couple of more occasions of things that people had suggested he might put down. You know where this is going, don't you? This is all about the baggage that we're carrying, the extra golf clubs that we don't need, the backpack, the big stone. What is it in our lives that you and I could put down which would make the journey towards our goal easier, probably faster and certainly more enjoyable, as we wouldn't carrying all of this stuff with us? Well, there's a number of things. There can be thoughts that are baggage that have been holding us back. It can be sometimes, and I know I've felt this in my life, as I've been driving with the handbrake on, and then suddenly when I realised and I went down and took the handbrake off, then the car would go a lot quicker. Because it takes a lot more power to have to drive with the handbrake on. It wastes a load of petrol, doesn't it? So I wonder what else there is. So the first thing is that there's thoughts that we have that we need to put down. I wonder if there's people that we need to put down. I wonder if there's processes that we go through that we need to put down. I wonder if there's clients or customers or patients that we need to put down. I wonder if there's marketing ideas that we're using and we've just been using them by habit that we either need to put down or we need to revisit. I think if you asked yourself the question in the way that I've been asking myself the question, you might go, you know, I need less clubs in the bag and I can still get the results that I want. I know you can take this away and use it. It's so simple an idea, but so powerful, really so powerful, like most good stuff. Well, if you've got any comments or anything you'd like to add to this conversation, then by all means put them down there and I'll happily respond. And in the meantime, I continue to wish you every success in your journey as you get freedom from anything that may have held you back, and freedom to be, do and have whatever you set your heart and mind upon. Of course, we have to be it first, don't we? Then we do the things that that person does, and then we have the results that that person has, who is and does those sort of things. I'm not sure I could say that the same again, but I might watch this video back and learn it. See you on the next one. Bye for now. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos. Then click to watch the next video.
Remember to visit our website at peterthomson.com and download your free copy of my latest book, How to Write Your Business Book in 5 days or less. Until next time, every success.